Another Patreon submission. We have Duke Nukem Forever, Eminence Front by Civvie 11. I have no attachment to Duke Nukem. I'm not sure what this video is going to be.
I love a good joke. I mean, for f***'s sake, I own the Duke Nukem franchise.
I think I played the Xbox 360 Duke Nukem Forever like once. But other than that, I have no
we're
point
talking
of
about Duke
reference.
Nukem Forever, which Gearbox decided to take on, and my first question would have to be, are you f***ing insane?
When we got the news that 3D Realms was done.
Oh my god, Randy. Whenever I see this man's name, I shake my head at this point.
The bad news in May of 2009 that they'd shut their doors, that they laid off the team, and that Duke was dead. That was a bad day, man.
At what point did you start to worry that the finish line was not approaching?
For me, around 2003.
What the f is taking so long?
That honestly is my question at this point, because with just media in general, right? Halo 5 Guardians came out in what, like 2015, and it took us till 2022-ish, right? To get Halo Infinite. When's my next Halo project? Took us until what? So we had it's been what, half a decade since the last actual mainline Star Wars movie. And we've had a Rey sequel. We've had a Rian Johnson trilogy planned. We've had where are things? Okay, I know things take time, especially games to direct and stuff. And I think going back to a time with games like Majora's Mask or Halo 2, which were made on crunch culture, I don't think that's necessarily fair, especially to devs who have to work in crunch culture. But this is a huge question I have with just all forms of media at this point. What is taking so long? And then we get games like Borderlands 4, which it's like, who asked for that? Allegedly, the game's really good, personally, because of things Randy Pitchford himself has said. Go code your own engine, Lamau. It's like, I don't want to support that. It's definitely a time.
And I remember having conversations with George, about, I just don't think we are a big enough company to pull this off.
There's of course been the hookers and the cocaine.
There we go.
There's been a lot of mistakes and a lot of lessons we had to learn. Most of all, there's been a lot of World of Warcraft.
We want our due.
A new game will come out that blows the doors off of what we're doing, like Half-Life or Half-Life 2. And therefore let's go back to the drawing board and add more features to the engine, and we're just always playing catch up because our team's too small to ever really kind of get ahead and maintain the kind of lead we want.
Isn't that the Star Citizen problem though, of feature creep? Absolutely, you want to keep adding things. I totally get that, right? It's like these videos, right, where I'll keep pausing and I'll keep adding paragraphs of dialogue and commentary, right? I always want to feel like I'm adding, but at a certain point, you do reasonably have to say, okay, even if it's just a video like this, right? Okay, this is going to be a reaction video, right? I need to put out a reaction video, right? Even though it is more commentary style, right? Watch along commentary status. But if I turn this video into 5 hours, who's going to watch it, right? A very small amount of people, right? So it's about balancing your wanting to deliver more and wanting to add the most that you can with the reasonable constraints of a product, right? If you had a game released, right? And we've had games released where it's like, oh, this level is just padding, or this is backtracking for the sake of backtrack. Not quite like Metroidvania, Hollow Knight status, right? But think Silent Hill 4, The Room, right? How the second half of the game is kind of just a backtrack through all the levels, right? Which in that case does kind of make sense. But how many games do we have where it's like, well, this is just made to pad out the game, or this is an arbitrary grind, even if the grind gives you certain things like different skill tree points, and different rewards from quests and stuff that you physically can get. There is that you have to be your own critic, even if you are your own artist, because you have to balance that. And if I say put out a 5-hour reaction, right? I put out a 7-hour reaction for my TF2 video, right? And it's a reaction, I should say, not video. It's sure, you're offering a product, but who's going to watch that?
Blocking progress, and I have to figure out how to get around this.
I was actually expecting, to be quite honest, Gearbox to put more effort into the base game. to really help this small team called Triptych.
Yes.
Some ex-3D guys.
Yeah.
Who were
8 of them or so, as I recall,
right.
right?
They were basically taking this all upon themselves.
There's a group of guys, including Alan, they kept the dream alive. And we realized that we were in a position to support them and support that effort.
I was expecting Gearbox to add like 10 or 20 people in the short term to really kind of beef up the development muscle and, and fix up a lot of the issues that were still in the game.
We found an opportunity where we were in a position where we could help.
How are you coping with the burden?
All I can say
Is that Jim Sterling? Like Jimquisition? I haven't heard of him in a hot minute.
is balls of steel.
If he don't love you anymore, walk your fine ass out the...
Oh, hey, Civvie.
Oh, hi, Cancer Mouse.
I thought I should check up on you. Are you doing okay? I heard you hit 100,000 subscribers. Good for you.
Good stuff.
What's that?
Oh, that? Well, Cancer Mouse, that's a... Katie, bleep some of that out. People will get super butthurt if I start making fun of...
That sounds delightful.
I know, right? It's there. It's all yours.
Oh, I think I'll... That's a mousetrap.
Got him.
This doesn't matter, Civvie. None of this matters. The world is dead.
That could be a problem. You guys probably have your hands full. The administrator...
The administrator is dead.
Cool. And I'm at 100K subs now, boy. They're probably all shadow monsters, but that's clout. It also
feel that.
means... So it's come to this. Y'all know Duke Nukem Forever. It's that game that was in development for 14 years. That's right, not 12. They started in 1997. It was going to be like a platformer, like the old games, but that wasn't good enough. No. That wasn't going to sell. I don't have the figures on how Manhattan Project sold, but that game, if you called that Duke Nukem Forever and renamed Mechmorphix to Dr. Proton, which, why was he not Dr. Proton in that? It doesn't matter. I never really wanted to do this, and I put up a channel trailer a long time ago saying, yeah, I'll do DNF at 100,000 subs, and I still get up every day and pray for death. When I get 100,000 subscribers, I'm gonna play Duke Nukem Forever, so for the love of God, do not subscribe to this channel, because I didn't actually expect that to happen. It's a bad
That's 100%. Yeah. No, I can relate to that.
game, sure, but it's not like Bad Day LA bad. It's not Tech War bad. It's not Postal 3. Everyone and their mother already did a DNF video, and now I get to do it instead of like something weird that nobody's ever heard of. But y'all just need to see Civvie play the Duke Nukem Forever. It's gotta hear Civvie opine about how Randy Pitchford is greasy. Maybe after this we can move on. Duke Nukem Forever is boring. The story's been told. The game itself is just... there. It's fine if y'all want to come see me beat a dead horse, but there's good games I could be playing. I got some for October this year. How did this even happen? This is some dumb channel hosted by an asshole with a deliberately nonsensical plot that exists only to confuse people watching it. You're thinking, what, did I miss something? Why are the shadow monsters? No, you didn't miss anything. Let's see if we can condense this story a little bit. You saw the intro, it's basically that. They started working on Duke Nukem Forever in 1997 after licensing the Quake 2 engine. Not a bad idea, except Quake 2 would be antiquated in a year. They didn't even have the Quake 2 engine yet because it wasn't, done. Quake 2 engine just wasn't powerful enough, so 14 months after that, they switched over to the good old Unreal Engine. Let me spoil the
Okay, so we're going to go through development hell. We're going to have to go through definitely a few different builds to get to the final product.
pattern here. George Broussard, one of the head honchos over at 3D Realms, wanted to make the game huge and explosive and kept wanting to add new features to keep up with the rest of the gaming industry, because somebody already made a Duke Nukem game on the Quake 2 engine. It was called Sin. And then Half-Life happened, so we can blame Gabe in a little bit too. Here's a fun fact though. The game still runs on a heavily modified version of that Unreal Engine. You all thought it was Unreal 3, didn't you? Yeah, so did I, but it's not. In 2001, this trailer hit. You know this one. The one that looked awesome.
Hey, pal. What are you gonna do? Save the world all by yourself?
I mean, while I want to say that's marketing from a different time, how many times have you seen like Call of Duty or like Battlefield trailers with a lot of jump cuts, a lot of action, right? With a well-paced soundtrack, sometimes even like a licensed soundtrack, right? Like a big name, track, right? Like, I mean, yeah, you could see how, marketing has just evolved, but ultimately kind of stayed the same over the years.
Remember that footage from the Quake 2 version? That's all bullshit. That might as well be pre-rendered because it was all made for the trailer. The 2001 Unreal version wasn't. Both of these builds reportedly exist, with the 2001 version being 90% finished. 3D Realms has it, and it was sent along to Gearbox and Take-Two, the current owners of the Duke Nukem rights. Oh, hi, Randy. I think the way to do it is to have a new package with things like Forever and all the old Megaton stuff, and maybe the 20th anniversary. Basically everything we can get together, and then have the old DNF stuff as sort of this free giveaway. This free bonus that you can have access to. That's right now the easiest legal path. Yeah, of course, because that would be great, Randy. Just a fucking plus. 7.5 out of 10. Please make me buy not just one game that I already own, but like 5 games I already own to get access to a game that you don't consider finished. Let me see here. Is it more finished than, say, Aliens Colonial Marines?
Oof. Recently,
we earned a commercial license to redistribute DNF.
Someone just needs to take Randy Pitchford's phone away. Like, I know this is in the past, but especially this age is really awkward. Because clearly his company just knows that this is what Randy's going to do, right? Like, and then he makes comments about how, code your own engine, and he tries to deflect blame. It's like, can somebody take Randy Pitt? Why is the CEO of a business on Twitter? Like, genuinely asking that question. Well, Kip, it's the modern age, and everyone's on Twitter. You have Bungie devs and Blizzard devs. They say in their bio on Twitter, and it's like, yes, that should not be how that works, right? Look at the whole Nintendo thing recently with allegedly not knowing that their patent was allegedly not being used or allegedly being used without their knowledge, right? And it's like a representative of Nintendo reached out to whoever it was, right? And it's like, that's the keyword, a representative, okay? I've gone through that training when I worked in finance. You, me, everyone else knows that you have to be a representative of the company. Yes, you are seen as a representative of the company, but you cannot speak on behalf of the company without permission from the company. That's why if you are, say, I don't know, at a call center, someone comes up to you when you're waiting tables, somebody, talks to you, comes up to your desk and talks to you and says, what's your statement on this, right? You have that person that you send them to, whether it's news, whether it's an inquiry, especially if legal is being threatened, right? Like, you have an actual representative of the company. Yes, he is the CEO, but he is also beholden to shareholders and stockholders, right? Like, he is literally the, I'm trying to find the word. Oh my God. Not dependents. Constituents, right? Like, they are constituents. There's constituents, right? Like, I don't understand how just this man can just keep having his phone when he just keeps opening his mouth and just fumbling every time.
Why? The bad news is that if we want to release the old shit, it will have to be bound to the commercial release, or we will have to work on a different license with 2K. Why anyone would believe that I would want anything but the best possible future for Duke is beyond me. I have the most at stake. Meanwhile, there's some serious stuff in play with Duke that should make the fans happy, but all this petty shit is not helpful. That was 16 months ago. Let's see what happened with Duke since then. Oh, nothing? Nothing? The relationship between 3D Realms and Gearbox is a little strained at the moment, what with Gearbox owning their most important property. And that time they tried to make a Duke game that became Bombshell, or as Randy put it, he got burned. Ooh, yeah, the people who made the character wanted to make a Duke game again while you were busy putting him into an overpriced Bulletstorm remaster. Look, I'm calling that 90% done estimation into question too, since at the time 3D Realms had released Rot 2013, Bombshell, and Rad Rogers, which were fucking roll. I already talked about Rot 2013. I really haven't played much of Bombshell, and Rad Rogers is actually a decent game now.
Okay, interesting.
Get good.
A little crunch on that.
Show them how it's done, kids.
Face, your ass, what's the difference?
Okay, sometimes I feel like these games are starting to run together. But sorry, we can't let the 2001 build a DNF leak. It's not like they've ever released an unfinished version of a Duke Nukem game before. But no, Take-Two needs to make money off of it, despite the fact that they didn't put a goddamn cent into the 2001 version of the game. That was still 3D Realms' cash they were burning. So fuck Take-Two, and fuck Randall S. The S is for Does it matter that DNF came out wrong? That it had been cobbled together for release with a clearly understaffed team crunching to get the thing out? No, I'm going to tear this game apart, but I'm not going to enjoy it. People did put their all into getting this thing done. Yes, it was woefully mismanaged from the start. It was a small team trying to make the biggest, most epic game they could. DNF was never a grift. In 2009, 3D Realms finally closed. In 2010, a small team now called Triptych was finishing the single player, with another company called Piranha Games working on the console ports and multiplayer. You want to give Randy credit for saving Duke, that's fine. But sometimes, dead is better.
Yeah, that's
we have to start at the beginning. What are you doing, Civvie? This is the middle of the game. You're right, it is. But see, this was everyone's first exposure to Duke Nukem Forever. Back in 2011, there was a little thing that happened where you could get early access to the Duke Nukem Forever demo if you bought Gearbox's smash hit game Borderlands. $35 at the time, and you'd get that game and early access to the DNF demo. Because
that's wild to consider that. Doesn't the 50 series have trouble running like Borderlands 1 on PC now? Because of what they've admitted. I don't remember what it was, but we've talked about this on stream, where the 50 series specifically can't actually handle like Borderlands 1. It blows my mind that we're moving backwards.
Has to be some way to cash in, right? The mine. This is a tiny sliver of this game, not really very impressive. You get the shotgun here. The shotgun is good in this game. The railgun, which penetrates cover. Yeah, Duke Nukem Forever is a cover shooter now.
I mean, that's of the era. Think like Mass Effect, right?
Die.
There used to be a 2-weapon limit, too. You remember the 2-weapon limit? They patched it out. It was there at launch, and I played it with the 2-weapon limit. We'll get to it, don't worry. But you gotta remember how this game looked at first. This one kinda underwhelming level where you fight some pig cops, and a big ship that you have to rocket to death, and a pig cop that keeps respawning on a turret, and this fucking railgun. A railgun is cool in theory, but sometimes the thing just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Which is an odd design choice. Go through the mine, kill some small annoying enemies, and push this minecart around and ride it and plow through some pig cops. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever, we've been waiting so long, the finished game has to be cooler. They're holding back the most awesome stuff. What if I told you the demo had the very first section of the game, too?
Those alien bastards are gonna pay for shooting up my ride.
I feel like 2K just used to be a better name, a better brand.
This always bothered me. Because that's not Duke's line, that's Roddy Piper's line, rest in peace. Why not use, I don't know, nobody steals our chicks and lives? Just a thought, it would fit. This game really starts like a soft reboot of the end of Duke Nukem 3D back in the glory days. And it does give you a good idea what the game's gonna be.
Yeah, I remember this.
This is taking forever. Time to stop pissing around and get this big guy back into action.
Never. This is the gameplay. It's funny because toilet humor.
Whoa, that water's cold. And deep, too.
Yeah.
All right, step one, Alpha team straight up the middle. Blake, flank left. Phillips and I head around. That's step two. Step three is,
What is step three?
Profit? Right, you ready?
Yes,
1,
profit.
2, break!
Oh yeah, of course, dead memes. When your game is in development for a long, yep, drawn dicks, as we all did.
As is tradition.
Hey, check out the red marker.
Yeah.
It smells like cherries.
This was truly of the era, honestly. Yep, that's the one.
This is gross. What are you gonna do? I gotta get rid of this.
All by yourself?
Wouldn't be the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth time. The game starts with a boss fight with the Cycloid Emperor, except no circle strafing him this time because Duke is slow as fuck. Can't even sprint while shooting. The Devastator is back, awesome. It holds 69 instead of 99 because 69, you get it? You can see how this is all really blurry and ugly. That's the post-processing and it looks like dog shit, which is why I turn it off. It's because of the depth of field effect because, So you pump a shitload of rockets into the Cycloid Emperor with the EDF airdropping more in, so you gotta run when you're out of ammo. It's pretty tedious, honestly, especially when you can barely run.
Ammo dump is in progress, Duke. Look for the smoke trail.
It's good.
Awful.
But it's not real, it's just Duke Nukem playing a game while getting blown by these Olsen twins stand-ins, which, let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say that these characters were added in the newer 2006 version of the game when the Olsen twins were 20 years old, so it's not creepy. Their dead-eyed stares are, though, and the fact that Duke is a console peasant, and the fact that I'm pretty sure this girl was sucking, and this one over here, I don't know, maybe working the balls, or maybe she had a finger up his ass or something, it doesn't matter. What matters is that either this girl swallows like a low-flow toilet or Duke didn't come.
What about the game, Duke? Was it any good?
Yeah, but after 12 fucking years, it should be.
Ha 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 ha, see self-referential humor, ha ha ha, it's funny. Oh, fuck off, Randy.
And there are still no reports of any activity from the alien ships. In his speech on Thursday, the president said he remains cautious but optimistic regarding the recent alien visitation.
It all still sounds pretty scary. I can see the ships from here. I wonder if it's the same aliens you had to fight 12 years ago. Of course they are, silly. Why do you think they came back? It's because Duke lives here, hello. But you'll protect everyone if the president is wrong about them, won't you, Duke? You sure haven't lost your touch. Oh, Duke, be careful out there. We'll see you at the party after the show, Kay.
How do you make a scene that should be like, you know the meme? Like, guys look at this and say, like, hell yeah, you know that meme? How do you make a slam dunk concept like this fucking boring? I think that's what's impressive about this. I think this makes Randy Pitchford make a lot more sense to me now. Not that he
see you at the party.
Time for a cold shower, baby. Yeah. Okay, so ego is health. Health is regenerating, and that still sucks. You get more ego by doing stuff like admiring yourself in the mirror or playing pool without a cue.
Just punch. Amazing.
You are the best, Duke!
Awful.
I'm scared of the dark. Hold me. No, hold me.
You want to see something cool? Duke's jumping animation.
Nice fucking model!
You might notice all these pictures of Duke being awesome because he's an insane narcissist, which is canonically true ever since Duke Nukem 2. However, in this game, after more than a decade of development and the final product, it doesn't actually work unless the game is above average. Oh look, the casino, Duke's Casino, the Lady Killer, it has 69 floors. It has 69 floors. Damn, it's late. You get it? You get it?
Duke!
And look at all these cheering, oh god. Ow. Oh yeah, you know what?
Flashing warning, please. Ow. Not that I'm photosensitive, but that was a little rough.
What? I think I'm done with this now.
Amazing. Flawless even.
You're supposed to nuke this rat, but I think that would be cruel. He may be my only friend.
You've done it now, Civvie. You hear them closing in, don't you? You killed me, but spared me the horrifying death that you'll soon know.
You're even better looking in person. After the show, I want your autograph somewhere special.
Mr. Nukem, will you sign this for me?
Sure, kid. but I better not find this on eBay.
Yeah, here you go. He's holding that book upside down. He doesn't know how to read.
Take your pills, vitamins, every day, and you might grow up to be as awesome as me.
Wow, thank you, Mr. Nukem.
Are you kidding me? I'm trying to do a scene with Johnny on the show, and there you are wandering through the set.
No,
You never
no.
stop to
Leader,
wonder if
Mickey.
it might be distracting.
Oh, no, I just wanted to drop him. Fuck.
Thanks, Duke.
Oh, yeah, you remember this? You remember this Christian Bale outburst? Nope, nothing threatening here. Nothing wrong at all. Don't worry, we still have to go through the Duke Nukem Museum and...
It's a throne room. How pretentious can you get?
Now listen here, kiddos, this is the worst part of this game right here. Standing here, looking at these images, and having the lights fucking up in this place where the player's supposed to be looking at things, where the player is supposed to be looking at these things. Remember, even though this is happening, the aliens are not, I repeat, the aliens are not attacking.
Welcome, Duke. You have an incoming conference call. General Graves and the President are both online.
No, wait, stop. Did you just have a texture pop in a pre-rendered scene?
Yes, it did. Donkey! I'm issuing you a direct order not to engage in hostile interaction with the alien visitors. This is effective immediately. I will not have our future intergalactic negotiations ruined by rash action.
The President thinks this time might be different, and I tend to agree. You kicked their asses pretty hard last time.
You're a relic from a different era. This is a new age for humanity. We can't afford to shoot first and ask questions later just because we suspect they might still have WMDs.
This writing is so fucking bad, I can't tell whether they thought invading Iraq was a good idea or a bad idea. Hot take, it was a terrible idea. And I don't want to give the game the benefit of the doubt on this, but...
I know I can count on you to follow our Commander-in-Chief.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Okay, time to punch aliens and throw trophies at aliens, but not shoot. No shooting, not yet. Get some ego boosts in this gym. And these ego challenges absolutely don't fuck up the pace of this game.
Right. I mean, I do like a good pinball game, though.
Drinking beer, as in one beer, gets Duke drunk, and he takes less damage.
And
won't be
beer.
seeing this much, so...
Singular beer. I feel like this is where, like, realism actually starts to impact the finished product, right? Where, like, yes, obviously, if you get inebriated, obviously, especially even in games like Skyrim, right? Like, it causes your, like... think you should react to... No. Why would you even remotely say that? It's like, what? No. I feel like, yeah, but I feel like that's like, I don't know, like a single beverage in game causing an effect like that, right? That, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of elements working. There's a lot of elements working, but they almost feel like they're kind of working independently, like they're their own mini offshoots from the main game, and I don't think they really feed into each other that well. But I don't know, I'm also biased because I do hate things like vignetting. I do hate my vision's already bad enough as is. I don't need a game making my vision just worse.
Punch some aliens in the dark, punch some aliens, put in some power cores. You can perform executions to refill your health, which is fine in theory, right? I mean, Doom 2016 did it and everybody loved that. Well, mostly because those were shorter, way more over the top. You couldn't take damage while you were doing them. You got some health back instead of all of it. And most importantly, you couldn't be damaged while it was happening. You get your first gun, the Alien Blaster, and in a brilliant game design move, you get this gun first so you know to never pick it up again. And I hope you're not using this Duke vision too much in these dark areas, because the blue projectiles kind of just blend into the blue overlay of this thing. You know, that's bad. You gotta get these power cores to turn the generator on, and one of them you get with a remote-controlled car, you know, like in Shadow Warrior, except the cars in Shadow Warrior, that game on the build engine from 1997, those handled better. This car turns automatically around these corners, except when it doesn't.
That looks
You ready for the
awful.
steroid?
I mean, so that's the thing. Like, I think going back to the vision thing for a second, because we played through Metal Gear Solid Delta fairly recently, right? And the scene where you drop down in the cave, and then as you're in the cave for a long period of time, your vision starts to adjust to the light down there. Like, that's an example of something artistically done that, yes, compromised my vision, but I think I'm on board with. I think it just makes me like this example specifically, I think just ends up being detractive from the overall experience, right? At least that's what I would posit. But also this, you see what I mean about like just random like offshoots, right? That don't really like they shoot off but don't necessarily support the core game. This whole car section there.
It's a Berserk. It is basically the Berserk from Doom. That's all it is. Wow, Doom 2016 stole so much from Duke Nukem Forever. Oh shit, I got a real pistol, and it isn't bad. You can pick up explosive barrels now too, and since Duke can bench press 600 pounds, you bet I can throw him 5 fucking feet. Man, this game is kind of boring. I hope they spice it up with, a turret section. If you just keep clicking the mouse button, the temperature basically never goes up. Ooh, this is soul-crushing.
Yeah, that's definitely a bug. That's an oversight.
Okay, mothership is down. Game's over. Right, where are they gonna come from if there's no mothership?
Funny because finger.
This might be the worst part of the game. There's this woman screaming at you have to stop this elevator, and there's a fucking temperature gauge on it. What contractor's low-bit Duke for this casino? The emergency brake is garbage.
Awful.
This woman looks like she's left over from the Unreal 1 days. Never mind that there was enough time to pry open the elevator door and get her out. No, this is a necessary inclusion in this game about being a badass who shoots aliens but also saves babes. Am I right? It's also about saving the babes. Let me just get out of this elevator by prying the door open.
What the fuck?
So Duke Nukem 3D had some sections where you had to get shrunk, and Duke Nukem Forever really likes these sections. And they're almost uniformly tedious and shitty.
Hey, are you like a toy or something? Come to life? Oh, you're pretty cool.
I'm not a toy, kid. I'm an action figure.
Hey, wait a minute, I know this kid. I signed an autograph for him. But he was with his dad, and now he's with his mom, and she has a shirt that says "Got MILF." So what happened to the dad? Did he die? Did they get divorced in the last 5 hours? Look, I'm sorry, but this game is laying down some hard implications.
I know right where I'd stick him.
Sweet. It really is you, Duke. But they're right inside my RC car. Want to use it? It's got your symbol on it and everything.
Here's your first taste of the vehicles in this game, which are frustrating and hard to steer. Incidentally, they kind of feel like the vehicles in the first Borderlands. You got aliens abducting women, which you can't do anything about that. I was forced into a shrinking section for no reason. At least when you're in a vehicle section and you screw up, you don't die, you just get teleported back, so that's a minor mercy.
Effect.
Some platforming where you have to hit jump pads or bar stools. But there will be jump pads later, and it doesn't really matter how you hit them because they all bounce you to the same place, removing all skill that was required in the first place, making the whole exercise feel like busy work. I'm killing rats, I'm not killing aliens, I'm not saving chicks. Here we go. Let's...
Oh, you're so tiny and cute. I could carry you around in my pocket like a little pet. Your hot pocket.
Some giantess fetishist jacked off to this.
Size only matters when you're full grown, baby.
Hey, look, a shotgun, which is a fine weapon. I gotta give him credit. The shotgun doesn't suck.
To be fair, it's kind of hard to mess up a shotgun in a game. It's possible. I've seen it. It's hard to mess up a shotgun.
Oh, you are so amazing, Duke. Yeah, Duke, you totally beat their asses. Oh my god. I was like so scared. Me too. I'm so glad you're okay.
All right, time for my reward.
Twincest.
Duke! Help! Oh god, Duke! Save us!
It feels like watching planks of wood being given like basic like backslash commands, you know how you can like backslash dance in like MMOs and stuff. It feels like planks of wood with all the personality of wood, like being told to do simple commands with some really rough delivery. I can't even say it's a product of its time, because this is what, around 2010? We had games like Dead Space and Dead Space 2, even Skyrim around this time. Sure, I guess, yeah, bigger studios, right? But, like, there were plenty of games on the Xbox 360 that did stuff, right? Like, I don't know. I feel like this video just puts Randy Pitchford into perspective for me a lot more.
Not my babes. Not in my town. You alien motherfuckers are gonna pay for this.
Remember that line. It'll come up again. What you gotta understand about Duke Nukem Forever is
there's a core concept here. Like Fallout New Vegas, right? Yeah. Just Duke Nukem being Duke Nukem is like the bones are good there. Like you have such a a format here for a high octane, man's man, America, right? You have everything you need here. And somehow this just feels so wooden.
That, while not exactly a travesty, it's not even remotely the worst game I've ever played on this channel. The problem is, you've got the Duke, you've got an alien invasion, and at no time during this game does it ever feel like there's any sense of urgency, which is really, really important if you're in a linear, scripted kind of shooter, like in Half-Life or Half-Life 2. Let me use a non-Half-Life example. There's one level in Doom 3 that I always really enjoyed in the N-Pro plant, where everything is exploding and progressing to the next area feels important or else everyone's gonna fucking die.
Warning, reactor core temperature beyond acceptable levels.
Okay, well, it's Doom 3, so everybody's gonna die anyway, but still, in DNF, it's like, nah, Earth is being invaded, I can stop and play some slots to boost my ego, even if it takes...
Right, and so thus, so in a down section, right, in a, the aliens have backed off, right? Like if we had that meta understanding, like maybe they're backing off to regroup. Like, sure, in some down sections, yeah, go play your funny slots, go play blackjack, go play pool, right? But like, it's especially if it's in the middle of a mission, it kind of rips you out of this. Like amidst all the hard crashes we had, because Silent Hill Forte, we were playing it on stream. And those episodes just don't exist because I need the game to actually get repaired first, because the amount of hard, like I had like 2 actual full PC hard crashes, right? Like the way that the game is set up and how like, oh, well, you're trying to get away from your family at the beginning because reasons, and then you're, running down the mountain, trying to find your friends, stuff like that, and running into weird things in quick succession, right? Like it's kind of, that immersion is kind of broken up if you play like I do and you try to like scrounge around and explore different avenues first, right? So it's the same concept though, right? Like the game expects one thing, but sure, it puts, some slots or something in your way. And like, yeah, you can interact with them, but does it feel appropriate for the setting? Does it feel appropriate for the tone of what's going on right there, right? I would argue no. I mean, the equivalent is like, you're in a high octane, it's like you're playing Halo CE, right? Maybe you're doing the Warthog run. And you stop for a second with no time penalty as you go and play like Dead Space basketball status, right? Maybe using like a plasma rifle to hit some targets or something, right? Like you see how that takes you out of the experience? Awful.
Yeah, that's awesome. I get an ego boost from something completely based on luck. This is DNF's formula from now on. Hallway, arena, you know it, except this is the most basic execution of that idea. Let's get drunk and do steroids, uppers and downers, baby.
What a mess.
Yeah, if you get rushed by pig cops, you're fucked, because their attacks take half your health away at this point in the game, and that nebulous no health left part that the regen health shooters have gives you no idea how many hits you can actually take before you die. It's right. Bad. It's always bad. It's always been bad. It's not even really Duke Nukem Forever's fault. You gotta do a puzzle here, it's boring, so let's skip it, before you get to the lobby to fight an assault commander. I want to show you how inaccurate some of these guns are. Take a look at me trying to blast these trip mines.
Yikes. You know, like the DMR from Halo Reach, how with consistent shots you just have bloom. That almost feels like you just have like the constant like bloom effect, like the variance in the entirety of the reticle. Like, I feel like you fix this by giving the player feedback of like how big your zoom is with repeated shots. But even then, something like TF2 does it too, right? Where your first shot with, say, the spy's revolver will be super accurate, but then repeated fire, like that bloom just kind of gets bigger. I don't know. I'm of two minds about it. I think it depends what the game is going for specifically. And I do take like release period into account as well, right? Like, part of it is just knowing, like in TF2's case, but if you're going for like a mass appeal, like FPS, reasonably you're dealing with some sort of bloom, right? Like you're dealing with some sort of feedback. That way the player can intuit where their shots are going to land, at least reasonably so. That hurts. Almost feels like faster shots are more accurate.
Duke. The Hoover Dam.
It's a baby. A human baby.
They've got technology that allows them to harness the generators to create some kind of wormhole in the sky.
I know I shouldn't question a stupid thing in a Duke Nukem game, but can we all agree that the alien race with the capacity for faster than light travel probably doesn't need the Hoover Dam as a power source?
Yeah.
Also, look, big sky portal. It's just like Half-Life, guys. Did Half-Life start that? Was it the Avengers? What is the fourth dimension?
However, we've got even more immediate problems. They're taking our women, Duke. I think you understand the implications here.
Screw the dam. Where are they taking our chicks?
Yeah, right, cool, yes, awesome, let's go save the chicks.
We need to move in and decimate the alien force on all fronts. I've asked your old friend, Captain Dillon, to join us. He knows how you like to do things.
Duke, good to fucking see ya.
Dillon, you son of a bitch.
I knew that retirement bullshit was just bullshit. Fuck that retirement shit. I just got back from helping my friend find his wife. Christ, what a fucking pussy.
Let me tell you how much I've come to hate Captain Dillon since playing this game. There are 60,000 miles of nerves and thin layers that fill the human body. If the word hate was written on each nanoangstrom of these tens of thousands of miles, it would not equal 1 billion of the hate I feel for Captain Dillon at this micro instant. Hate.
Can't wait to pound him in the cornhole. Hooah!
Duke, we've got your green power armor over here and ready to go.
Power.
I mean, it's someone's game. I mean, just subjectively, it's not really my game, right? I mean, like, I can like respect, the legacy of Duke Nukem if I come into something like this, right? And like, people who like it, like, I totally get it. It's just not really like my thing, if I'm being completely honest. And maybe it's unfair to kind of judge the series, because I get like Gex the Gecko vibes, right? Just like a lot of pop culture, movie references, one-liners, right? I have a bad feeling about this. Maybe it's like unfair to really judge it, right? It's unfair to judge the entire series on this entry alone. But if I'm going to be honest, it's not really selling the series to me in any way, shape, or form. And that's after my, just really not wanting to buy another Gearbox product because of how Borderlands 4 has launched. Like, I'm kind of just, like, done with the company.
Armor is for pussies.
Well, okay. You want a gun instead?
Yeah, sure, that'd be cool, but I got DNF's version of the Ripper instead, which is a serious downgrade.
That's bad.
It has the lamest sound, it's inaccurate as hell, it just feels wimpy, and it's still one of the weapons I keep throughout most of the game, just to show you how dire the situation with the guns is. In a video game where you pick up a new weapon and it lets you play around with it a little. Now, we gotta do it.
Oh, I just realized that's Master Chief's armor, okay.
Turret section. I'll just assume the Ripper is totally inaccurate because the guy next to me using it keeps hitting me with it.
Try not to let him get fucking killed, will ya? And leave some of those alien fuckers for me, huh?
Damn it, Leroy.
Remember Leroy Jenkins? Remember Leroy Jenkins? Oh boy, it's boss time. No, wait, we got another turret section. We're maybe a quarter of the way through the game, and you've seen all the game's tricks already, so it's gonna be this for the rest of the time.
Sounds awful.
Duke, the street's blown all to hell. We'll probably need to head through that sewer over there to get to the Duke Dome.
No, you know what? It doesn't even deserve the count. You guys remember the Battle Lord? He's back. I sure didn't get enough of him in Duke 3D. Except now he can only be damaged by rockets, which I have an infinite supply of because there are ammo crates, because this game is an amalgamation of every bad shooter trope that sucks, and the game doesn't really do anything to make fun of them and insist that everything happening is totally badass when it's actually pretty shit. Hit him with rockets, then quick time events, but one of them is punching him in the balls, which is totally worth all the time I spent not being even slightly engaged with what's going on.
Right in the jewels.
You go through some stuff that's pretty much the same thing you've been doing, just running a straight line and shooting aliens. You get the railgun, but we've talked about that. You have to stop and do this really Valve-like physics puzzle with barrels. That's weird and out of place and just seems to waste my time.
Yeah.
You get to boss fight a ship, which we already know isn't the first time that happens. I gotta power up.
I feel like a good word for this game is just derivative, right? Like, if I had to summarize a lot of these points, where either it's, pining after something in popular media or other games, whether it's referencing something, right? Like, whether it's, trying to get some really cheap humor in with, punching the beanbags, if you will, right? I feel like a good word for this game would be derivative. Good concepts, bad execution. I feel that it's just very of the era, right? Like, you would really see why a game like this isn't made nowadays, or at least in a big name 2K Gearbox sense, right? Like, we have Borderlands still, right? Borderlands 4 just launching as we're recording this. I don't know. I feel derivative, of the era, and potential are three descriptors that I would use for this.
The crane to get into the Duke Dome, which is way easier than using the front door. Oh no, see. I'm not making this out too well. What is this? It's so dark, but I guess it doesn't look bad. Let's talk about balls. These balls that are used as keys in this section of the game. In this incredibly dark section of the game, where you can't see where you're going, and how when you have the Duke vision on and you're anywhere near that little ball, the screen is just blinding white. It's another one of—
What an awful design decision. Because that's supposed to incentivize you to not hug it and be super near it. But what an awful decision.
Those small things that make me wish I had a physical copy of this game that I could fucking burn. No, that's not fair, Civvie. That's not fair. You gotta be nice to these people. Here's a fun tip. Don't try to shoot rockets at Octobrains, because they used to be a one-hit insta-kill in Duke 3D. Not anymore. They throw the rockets back, and now it's a one-hit insta-kill for you.
Okay, like, I get the interplay that's trying to go on there with just looking at this in a vacuum with really nothing. Like, I don't really have experience in Duke Nukem, like I mentioned in chat, right? I played the up through the football on the 360 long ago, right? But, like, that was it. That was my only interaction with Duke Nukem as a series. Like, I get that it's supposed to be a logical progression. I get that it's supposed to, like even by bringing this up, right, it's acknowledging that in a prior Duke Nukem game, this is a one-shot on him, right? But now they'll throw it back at you. So it's supposed to imply a sense of learning, a sense of evolution. I think if something like this was, let's say, like, I don't know, let's say Stealth Archer was a thing, right? It is a thing in Skyrim, right? And then, whenever protons actually decay and iron stars happen and we finally get Todd Howard releasing Elder Scrolls 6 whatever, right? It's going to be a hot minute, let's be real. Like, and then there's like you try to solve something via Stealth Archer and then somebody makes an offhand comment about, like, maybe it's someone from Skyrim, right? I don't know who they'd bring over. Maybe someone with Thalmor or something like that. And they directly reference, like, a Stealth Archer in Skyrim, or back when he was in Skyrim during the Alduin, incident. Stealth archery was all the rage, right? And how people kind of, it's not too different, right? Like, it showcases that linearity, it showcases that evolution, it showcases a lot, really. It's just, this throws me off. I also love that I look over and OBS, I don't know what updates they keep doing, but OBS is once again disconnected midstream. Gotta love it.
awesome. Whoa, assault captain, he's kidnapping women. I gotta stop him. Oh, no, wait, he's scripted. I can't do anything. That sounds a lot like women crying. Is that... Oh. Oh, God. Oh, God, here we go. Here's the grease. I can't...
I think my whole internet just disconnected. That's actually wild to me. So I had to go restart the entirety of my internet. I had to pull out my router cord again to get everything back on because, I don't know, internet, everything like OBS is getting updated. And I was going to address it at the end of this video. Like, this has been a consistent running theme where I'm given like hour-plus long projects. I've had 3-hour videos recommended to me in the past. It actually hurts when I like can lose footage because of that, because of my net crashing, internet doing something like this. So it's why I'm trying to once again move away from longer videos. But it seems like just people keep recommending longer and longer videos. So figured that would be a good time because I had to actually hardcore reset my entire internet again. Please, like I can't do the hour-plus videos. If I do it, it's at my own discretion, but that shouldn't be an expectation. I don't really see other React channels being requested the same thing either. In any event, let's continue.
Save any of these women. They're not here to be saved. They're here to destroy the comedic tone that this game had. Oh, hold on. Oh, God.
Awful.
Oh.
Duke, what's happening to us?
Looks like you're fucked.
Not my babes. Not in my town.
Looks like you're fucked.
Not my babes. Not in my town.
Looks like you're fucked.
Not my babes.
Looks like you're
not in my town.
So I would say like what narrative inconsistency, right? Because one thing, but like, and obviously character progression is supposed to happen. Like think about, was it Dom from Gears of War 2, right? Where he found his wife and he was looking to find his wife, but he had to make a really hard choice, right? Like that's how you write the evolution of a character. That's a character having their entire arc for all intents and purposes, right? But like, yeah, I see how this feels like it comes across as very cheap and feels even counterproductive and counterintuitive.
Not my babes.
fucked.
Not my babes.
Fucked.
Not my babes.
Fucked. I don't want to say anything else about the Hive. It is the worst. Think of how many people this had to pass by before release. How many people, including totally woke Randy Pitchford.
Nobody likes a bigot unless he's crying.
Who saw this.
Dude, I hate that word. Anytime I hear the funny W word, I immediately tune out of the conversation, dude. I can't stand it.
And said, yeah, let's keep that in. Well, DNF isn't the worst Duke Nukem game. This is the lowest point. This is the lowest point for my show. It's not shocking or funny because it's shocking. It's just gross and creepy, and we're moving on. You could have just gone from the Duke Dome here, not fallen into the Hive, and faced the big three-titted alien queen. It says alien queen, but believe me, it ain't the last one. Toss pipe bombs, hit with explosives. This boss is easy as piss if you remember not to use the rocket launcher on the Octobrains.
I mean, honestly, I feel like that's a really cool concept, though, having to, like, ping-pong grenades off of stuff. I think it could have been done better. I like it in concept. I think everything else around it, especially this being a boss this late in the game, just feels like it just drags everything down.
That spawn. This is actually the 4th time I've completed this game. You get knocked out again because thinking of a story transition is hard.
Oh my god. Duke, you're covered in blood! Is it your own blood? Oh, Jesus, I'm just an engineer! Medic! Medic! Don't worry, I'll take care of you. Let's see.
And you end up at Duke Nukem's Titty City. Oh boy, these topless girls that I have to censor, they look like fucking crash test dummies. We have crash test titties.
Well, first, I'm kinda hungry, so I need something to nibble on. And then, I need something naughty to play with. And then, well, a girl has to play it safe, even with you, Duke.
I'd want to use a condom too. Duke Nukem probably has more diseases than the CDC. He should have listened to Lo Wang.
Before you attack her, wrap you waka.
Yeah, you hear that? Lo Wang is now a tasteful palate cleanser for this fucking greasiness. What are these, death sticks? Okay, George, but I think I'll wait until the next level to smoke a big fat cigar. Yes, this is the perfect time for this game. Oh yeah, I'll take special dance.
Shake it, baby.
That was real special.
You wanna...
I get the appeal. I do. Part of me wonders... I don't know. I don't really feel anything from this. I don't feel anything from this game. I think I feel disappointment. Yeah. A little bit of depression. Yeah. Enlightenment in aspect of, like, why Randy Pitchford is the way Randy Pitchford is. Sure. I don't know what about Kip Reacts definitely speaks to this, if I'm being honest. I'm thinking on this one. I don't know. I'm not the target demographic for this audience. I'm really not.
Touch it, don't you?
Don't want to do this anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
it's
yeah.
fucking horrible. Wow, Duke was in porn. That's cool. Glad the steroid abuse didn't do anything weird to him down there. If I want to get out of this level, I gotta watch this chick do a lap dance. This is the hardest boss fight in this game, so I'm gonna be drunk for it.
Yeah.
That's the last time I do any role-playing.
Duke! I just, like I said, I get it. I understand it. This is also from the era of, like, what? Condemned Criminal Origins, Manhunt, Dead Space. Like, I get it. I get is trying to be, like, Saints Row, right? Saints Row 3 with the funny bat. I get it. I understand what's going on here. I totally get it from a marketing standpoint, too. I just... Bro, my taste in games aren't even refined. My taste in games is like Resident Evil 5, Lord of the Rings Online, Final Fantasy 14. Like, I wouldn't even argue that I'm some connoisseur of gaming. I'm kind of apathetic and just questioning, like, why this is a thing at this point.
Finally, you're awake! You missed a lot. The president's claiming you attacked the aliens first. General Graves knows that's bullshit, but his hands are tied.
It's not like that's something that can be easily disproven, and Duke Nukem is a world-renowned celebrity that's probably more popular than the president. This is how much of an asshole the president has to be in order for Duke to be more likable in this game. Next up is one of the game's highlights, the Duke Burger. Even if it starts with another goddamn turret section, the shrunken pig cops under the cups is a good gag. I'm proud of you, DNF. Let's get back to what Duke is best at. Walking into a cool real-world location and blasting the crap out of it. No, we're getting shrunk.
Are you kidding me?
Most of this level is being shrunk and platforming. You have to lead some larger enemies into shrink pads to deal with them, which is almost a decent twist, but also not. And then like that, bam, you're on the roof fighting the same monsters, getting dropped by the same dropships until the game says you can keep going. The shrinker, works. It's cool. Maybe every helicopter I get into wouldn't crash if
It's cool, ellipses. All right, does it function? Does it work? Is it good? It's cool, ellipses. Moving on.
goddamn turrets could cover any of this space here. I mean, it makes it impossible to not get hit. We're here to secure a landing zone because we can't go right to the dam.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Well, the car controls like dog shit. And you know what it doesn't have, like, at all? A thing Duke Nukem would probably have on a super awesome car? Guns. It has no guns. So you have to ram things, which would be awesome, except the car controls like the several times aforementioned fucking shit. And also, let's not forget having to stop 3 separate times to gas the thing up.
Bro, how did you make Demolition Derby boring? Like, I want to know what, like why you have to gas up. That's counterintuitive. That's like is a criticism about 3D Sonics that Sonic can never get enough inertia and momentum going because he has to stop, right? His whole thing has got to go fast, right? So imagine like you got to go fast, but every time you have like, you know, get up to top speed, and 3 seconds after that you have to like stop to like hit a button, right? Like how that just breaks the flow of that. That's not fun at that point. That's just tedium for the sake of tedium, right? I don't think I'm entirely off base here.
Now, hold on, I'll just wait for my health to reach in 10 feet away from you guys. It's fine, don't attack me, okay? Okay, good. Here's an area where there's several gas cans, and I can only carry one because they weigh 600 pounds. My favorite part is this, where you can't kill anything and you have to avoid barrels. You know, now that I think about it, saying this game would have been good in 2004 ignores the fact that if this game had come out in 2004, it would have played like something in 1998. We're gonna skip the mines.
I mean, the gas can thing is literally breaking your own game's logic too, right? Like, oh, well, Duke Nukem can bench up to 600 pounds, and that's why he can throw, like, you know, propane canisters or, like, you know, whatever, right? But, like, yeah, I mean, I guess, like, the logic there is supposed to be because you can only have one item equipped at a time, like, and it's also to prevent cheesing the encounter, right? But can you imagine, like, a risk-reward system where the more gas cans you carry, the larger the hitbox for that is, and if the enemies hit that, you just explode? I think that'd be frustrating more than anything, right? But, like, I don't know, maybe having a risk-reward system where, like, you can take more, but you're over-encumbered, right? And you move slower, right? Like, there's things you could do with this. Like, this is an example of, like, well, yes, the game says one thing, he can bench up to 600 pounds, but, like, nah, can only carry an singular gas can, right? Or maybe even, like, you know, because you can't necessarily hold a shotgun like that with one hand and, you know, operate the pump, right? Like, just you have to use your sidearm in carrying it, right? Like make it interesting.
Since we've already talked about it, and go to what is usually considered the best part of this game, the Ghost Town, where it's like open and you have a good selection of weapons and the scripting isn't too bad. We've reached the absolute peak of this game, kids, right at the top of Mount Mediocre. Take that air in. It doesn't get any better.
Amazing.
Oh, and it got such good gas mileage.
Oh, you motherfucker. I hate the president.
You! Damn it, Duke! Damn you! I had the Emperor eating out of my damn hand, and you blew it! All this death, all of this is your fault!
He's here for some reason telling me that I suck at all this stuff. Cool, okay, you're barely a character in this. But please come back at the end to get a karmic death. Okay, thanks, bye. You get to fight the Battle Lord again, except get this, you have to wear him down twice and do the quick time event twice. I'm gonna be real, that's a terrible idea, and I feel like it's a complete waste of time to just take the same boss and make him artificially more difficult for no reason, just to pad out the game. But this game is unshippable. We gotta get it out. We gotta get those corners cut, baby. Yeah, listen, I know smart, talented people worked on this, but it's still fucking bad and it wastes the player's time. When you've spent 12 years making a game and you waste the player's time, are you kidding? Is there a worse thing you can do? Oh, sorry, I forgot about...
Holy fuck, Duke! This is just like that one time in Beirut! You wouldn't believe the chubby I got!
The Shrunk Machine does not appear in the Shrunk Machine Part 1. I don't want to take the freeze thrower, but I gotta show you kids how it works. Of course, the best place to introduce this weapon is in this tight corridor you need to use your Duke vision on, and you can't tell when you freeze them because all the color's the same, and also against enemies that one bullet or one melee hit will kill faster. The freeze ray forces the
Yeah, no, I mean, like, that's a relevant criticism. That's absolutely on, like absolutely based, right? Because how do you tell when they're frozen? Like, the tutorial for the weapon, and you're giving the player, you're not allowing them to see how it operates. You're purposely obfuscating relevant information. Like, that's entirely valid.
Enemies into an execution state, but it's easier to just shoot them with a real gun and not take the damage you'll be taking trying to freeze them in the first place. Do you like the Hoover Dam? Because it's a third of this fucking game. Maybe that's exaggerating, but it sure feels like it.
I hate valve puzzles.
You hate you hate valve puzzles? No, I can't anymore. Did you not do the stupid fucking physics puzzles there already? Oh my god. There's this room where you can negate any difficulty by running under the catwalk so the pig cops with rocket launchers can't one-hit you. Cool.
Headshot.
here's nothing.
No more, please.
Duke 1, here's nothing.
Puzzles.
Hey, look, a forklift. It handles better than Duke's truck did.
Wild.
Why? Almost every character in this game is either fawning over Duke or being relentlessly annoying and saying no words because haha funny. So when you get this guy who drives this crane thing during the big Octobrain boss battle.
I mean, that's the thing though, right? Is like that's such an like apt description of the game, right? Everyone's either fawning over Duke, or this is a situation in like, you know, haha funny no. It really like is just like basic lizard brain comedy, if that makes sense.
It's something shaking the crane. Come on out, you bastard. I'll donkey punch you in the blowhole.
Okay.
It's funny because, you know, a donkey punch is applied to the head to stun the chick and make her tighten up, which isn't something I would support because that's horrible and abusive. But
I literally didn't even know that's what that meant. I genuinely didn't even know this was a concept before this video. Wild.
Also, if you're donkey punching something in the blowhole, that's not a donkey punch unless you're fucking a dolphin, which I would support.
Wait, what?
I'm bleeding out!
Oh, look, it's Dylan again. He's back. Please go away.
Cycloid Emperor is here. Fucker. Power shutdown didn't work. Got ambushed. Fucking flanked me, Duke. Not enough cover from these pussies. We're gonna have to blow the whole fucking dam. Take these charges. Plant the fuckers right on the dam's balls and blow it to shit.
Guess he won't be in the sequel.
Ha! He was your friend. DNF's ace in the hole towards the end of this game is this underwater section, you know, to make...
It's like... I'm trying to find a good equivalent. That's like if Luke Skywalker made a really witty, whippy one-liner about maybe seeing like carbonite, like you know when Boba Fett and Vader, well no, I guess Vader was technically deeper in Bespin, right? Deeper in Cloud City, but like I don't know, Boba Fett carrying a carbonated frozen Han Solo through the facility, right? And like you know, he sees like Leia, and you know, like they're being taken away by stormtroopers, and that's like if Luke said like, man, you could say Han really is stuck, or I don't know, some really stupid one-liner. Like how much would that like cheapen the experience, right? Right? Like that makes sense. Like am I getting my point across? I feel like I'm getting brain damage watching this game. Like the video is great. I think Civvie is definitely going through it on this one. I think we're both just simultaneously going through it because this game sucks.
The game's slower. I remember a time when Duke Nukem could not only hold his breath, but he got an item that would help him breathe underwater. It's so fucking boring. Stop and start and stop and start and blow up the dam so you can go see the final boss cream the president. You remember the final boss because it's the Cycloid Emperor again. You know how in a video game the boss is like the final challenge to really test the player, and it makes them use what they've learned throughout the game to conquer. Nope. Now what you gotta do is use the very first monster you faced in the game, who incidentally is the same final boss from the last game that was 14 years ago. Now you have to wear him down 3 times. How exciting! The president ordered a nuclear strike, and you probably could have left and that would have done it instead of staying where you and Graves get hit with the nuclear blast. But you know, you're the Duke. You're a #1. And that's the end.
I hated all of that. Okay.
What kind of shit ending is that?
I know, right? It's almost as if there's more to the story that was hastily chopped off and sold later as DLC.
Weird.
Duke, now that the aliens are dead and you've saved the world once again, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna run for president. Hail to the king, baby.
You think I'm just gonna leave it there? No. I'm gonna finish it. And you know the worst part? The doctor who cloned me is much better. And it's the end of the entire franchise.
Okay.
Like ashes in my mouth. Doctor Who Cloned Me starts by revealing that Duke Nukem did not, in fact, die. He's at Area 51.
I guess that makes sense.
Where am I?
And is it me or does the voice sound different, like it was recorded years after the other stuff?
Yes, we don't need him anymore. You're free to terminate the patient.
I don't like whatever's on the desk.
Oh my,
no.
You really are set on staying alive, aren't you? Filthy creatures, aren't they? The very fact that they're still here is your fault, Duke.
Dude, I'm working on it.
I'm gonna be honest, I guess at least I gotta give them props for, like, just following it up. I guess.
Dr. Proton, you're supposed to be dead.
Holy crap, it's Dr. Proton. We have an actual character who speaks, who isn't fucking Dylan, who doesn't just want to bang Duke or get his autograph. I don't know what to do,
Duke Nukem, I see that you've been busy, haven't you? Rammed that thick skull of yours against the mountain and it moved for you, did it?
Is this really just, like, leaning into that Half-Life vibe?
I knew you wouldn't disappoint. No matter, I'll deal with you in due time. In the meantime, I have a few friends for you to play with. Do play nice now, won't you?
Hold up. We're getting way too close to having some kind of character dynamic between Duke Nukem and, well, anyone. Ooh, the Expander. I remember this gun, and it's more effective in this game than it was in Duke 3D. What the fuck?
Okay.
Another day, another disembowelment. Time to paint the town red.
Thank you for the assistance, Duke. I appreciate not having to waste time clearing out the vermin.
Yeah, that's cool. Time for an ego boost, which is weird. I always feel shame after looking at porn. Everything in this DLC is a step up from the campaign. Like, this is all probably cut content that they had lying around from development, but way more polished. The pacing is 100 times better most of the time. Since platforming is still garbage in this game, you gotta do this, and, this is boring and awkward, especially when Duke decides to not jump when you press the jump button.
Yeah. I hate those games.
As you can see, Duke, I've been very busy. I will grant that you have been, to date, the best answer to the alien vermin. But there's always room for improvement. Human biology really is rather limited in its original form, so let me introduce you to Phase 1. I doubt you'll live long enough to see Phase 2.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's more concise. It's more... it flows better. I mean, the dynamic between him and Dr. Proton. I mean, like, this just feels better, like, it's better constructed. It feels like it's well constructed, at least in comparison to the base game.
You'll live long enough to see Phase 3. That's when I kill you.
Not a great comeback, but man, Proton is killing it in this DLC. I understand why he does things. He doesn't seem like an idiot. I mean, except the whole clone thing. They're not clones, they're cyborgs, which he has to train. They're robots that he has to strength train.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, good job leaving all these ego boost opportunities around to get the player back to a decent amount of health. Good on ya. At least Duke can shrug off an atomic explosion, unlike fucking New Colossus BJ Blazkowicz. I'm still mad about that. The jokes in the main campaign were fucking weak. And then the DLC comes in and introduces self-deprecation, even reflection on Duke Nukem. Whereas the main campaign, it was all, I'm the greatest. And every character interaction supported that, except the game was boring and shitty, so it came off really badly.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's another one! Don't shoot me! Wait, you understood. Is it the real Duke? Oh, thank god, you have to save me! The control panel is on the other side of this door. The whole place is on lockdown, but I think I can get us out of here. Make your way around, and hurry up!
All right, sit tight.
Wait, hold on. Did Duke just show interest in saving another human being? Okay, well, let's help him out. I mean, none of the other hand scanners work for me. Let me try.
Authorization failed.
Awful.
Oops.
Okay, well, let's reload a checkpoint and then not try that, which gives him a better chance of not being jibbed by a door. It's better this way. This whole thing is better, way more interesting.
Why give the player a sense of choice? I don't know. Like that feels hollow to me personally, right? Like, because to me that says you need to get one of like, maybe like a key item like a hand, or maybe one of the Duke cyborgs, right? Maybe they'll be able to override it. I don't know. That feels like it cheapens the empathy for the person stuck in the door, right? Like, it makes it feel like it doesn't actually mean anything.
With much better pacing. Problem is that it's DLC to Duke Nukem Forever. You're trying to jumpstart a Hot Wheels car.
Yeah.
Oh!
Okay.
I hate to kick my own ass, but it's gotta be done.
That's not a bad line either. I'm so confused. Dr. Proton keeps talking to me on the loudspeaker. He knows everywhere I am like he's not an idiot. He's not an idiot! After distracting the clone Dukes and going through a test that seems to reference Portal a bit, but...
I hate valve puzzles.
Another novelty weapon, the Impregnator, which is, well, a novelty weapon. I'll never use it again. It's like shooting toxic grenades. Even combat sections seem more streamlined and drag less than the ones in DNF.
Time to rest. Kick my own ass, but it's gotta be done. Hostile. Oh!
The rocket, rough.
Gotta find another way out.
A shitty shrunk section, too, and the RC car again.
I could be anything I wanted, like a scientist or an engineer, but I'd totally rather go shopping, duh.
It's the worst when they're recycling bad ideas from, oh, another swimming section, but it seems even slower because you're small. Oh, haha, it's Dookie and a lady vagina mitten. That's what those are called, right?
I hate this. Why does this game exist?
Holy shit!
No!
Duke,
No!
you're tiny!
No!
I volunteered for one of them super soldier DNA programs, but it turns out some fucking cock goblin hijacked the base during the invasion. Now I gotta go deal with this motherfucker. With you here, buddy, this ought to be a piece of cake. Like old fucking times, bro. Woo!
I paid for this. Dylan gets shrunk. His voice is even more annoying now.
Fuck. How the fuck do I fight now? I ain't no fucking ankle biter.
Okay.
Oh, fuck me. Nice one. Now I'm the fucking tiny one. Perfect.
Listen, when I think you're swearing too much, maybe it's time to stop.
This'll be like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
I hope my tuck and roll reflexes are good.
Dude, it's so bad.
Woo! Yeah! Oh, fuck! Go on without me, Duke. I'll find another one of those embiggeners.
All right, try not to die again.
Actually, please die again.
I would say something profound here, but I'd rather just send something to kill you.
Right on! Man, Proton is owning this DLC. I hope he doesn't...
Okay.
That's the last thing you'll steal from me, douchebag.
I like what was that? Like, I feel like the game was just going through a check. Maybe there was some, like, maybe it was waiting for the full animation to finish or something. The timing on that was really loose.
Well, that was an undignified end to the best character in Duke Nukem Forever. We're barely halfway through this DLC that he's in the fucking title of, and he's dead.
Jumpin' Jesus. Duke! How the hell? Never mind. Should've known you'd pull through. What's your status there? Someone has taken over the head office inside Area 51. The whole place has gone haywire.
It was our old friend Dr. Proton, and he's not the head of anything anymore.
Proton? How the hell? Well, that explains a lot. But we've got bigger problems. The aliens have regrouped and secured their teleportation facility on the other side of Area 51. They've been coming in from the moon. How EDF intelligence missed it, I don't know, but if we don't get there fast, we're done for. See if you can find a hover lift to get you to the surface. I'll meet you there. Hurry, Duke, before it's too late.
I just, like, I get that, like, I don't know. I just, there's no, like, the stakes sure are laid out. Now they're coming from the moon. It just doesn't feel like it lands. I think especially how the main story, the base game went. Like, was this some weird contractual obligation for, like, Randy to do? Like, is this like how, like, Payday 2 now has a subscription fee in 2025? Like, why is the big question I keep asking myself? About a number of things.
Work, bro. Look at him, all squishy like that. Kind of makes me want spaghetti.
I hate you.
Same.
Hey, careful. Yeah, come on.
What follows this is kind of a boring slog on this hovering platform, dodging lasers and shooting aliens. It's more of the bad parts of DNF where it feels like padding, which would be more excusable in this because there's much less of it in the Doctor Who Clone Me. I usually feel like I'm actually getting somewhere, moving towards something, like there's actual stakes.
Right.
Duke and Captain Dillon. Well, I'll be goddamn. You better be ready for a fight, gentlemen. New reports indicate the alien Empress herself has arrived on the moon.
The Empress? You don't mean the Queen, the big three-titted one I killed already. Whoa, wait a minute. This is a decently plotted battle with AI companions, one of whom isn't horrendously annoying. I can actually choose whether to use turrets or explosives. There's aliens fighting Duke clones fighting us. If you'd squeezed all this DLC content in, like, right after, I don't know, that horrible bit with the monster truck, ignored the Hoover Dam altogether, you could have added a couple points to every DNF review in the world. All this would have been like that Ghost Town part that everyone said was the highlight of the game.
Come on, Duke.
Let's go, buddy. Hey, careful.
The dumbbell.
So Proton's plan was to use clones. That's madness. That program was years away from being complete.
Holy shit, is that a joke? Like a good joke? Like a subtle and... Oh my god.
Looks like we have our own special way out of here.
Okay, we're back.
Boy.
Fuck off.
This brings back memories. I got my first HJ in a short bus.
I'd complain about how that joke was lazy, but Triptych's name is on the bus. This bus handles...
Yeah, those in glass houses.
It's better than Duke's mighty foot, and that's just... Also...
Fucking roll! God damn it, that was close. Too close. Those bastards must have all the tunnels sealed by now, but there might be another way. Now, the Army used to have a secret entrance out here in the desert. It's hidden under some of the buildings up the road. If you follow the dirt path here, you can't miss it.
So remember Duke Nukem's Titty City? Well, this is the same thing, except better? Yeah, better. Because you have a lady here, right? This is Dr. Valencia, and she doesn't immediately want to bang Duke.
Oh, you're another one of those. You want to get down to the base, don't you? Well, not this time. It's like I keep telling you guys, it's off limits. You have no idea what I'm even saying, do you? You can't even tell a plank length from a Pluton.
I got your plank length right here, baby.
Dude, this hurts. This really hurts to watch.
You gonna let me in or what?
Okay. Well, that's not a typical response, but don't try to tell me you're the real Duke Nukem. Are you?
Just when do we actually get this as actual army recruitment though? When do we actually get this? Like the Department of Defense signs off on effectively OF light, right? And this is it. This is just military recruitment. When does this happen? Like I just want to know in advance, okay? I feel those would be some wild VODs to watch.
He wants to bang him, but not immediately.
Well, I guess you could be. You're easy enough on the eyes. But I need to be certain you're the real thing. He's known to have certain talents, you know?
I like where this is going.
Tell you what, you do for me, and maybe I'll do for you. Sound fair?
Anything for science, baby.
You have to power up the generator, take care of the rat problem in the basement, with a little shrinking involved in a pig cop instead of, no action whatsoever, and beat up some dudes.
Go on, take the lemon. You know what to do. You don't start giving me what I paid for, I'm gonna get mad. And you don't want to see me when I'm mad, baby. You know what happens then.
Oh, my hero. You want a freebie?
Not right now.
Kind of weird still with the punching the dudes and probably killing them considering how they ragdoll, but it's a step in the right direction. Dylan is off doing some fucking thing, I don't care. The rest of this level, though, there's atmosphere and personality. There's a sense of actual dread among the patrons of this whorehouse.
Death. So much death everywhere. I bet boobies will make it better.
This one section feels more human and has more life to it than the entirety of the main campaign. And instead of feeling like a distraction, it feels like a break, like they could have made a better Duke Nukem Forever and they just didn't, whether due to funding or time constraints or whatever.
Ugh, have a doctor look at that.
Duke, good timing. I was just, ready to go. You find the way down?
Follow me.
Yeah, follow me. Come on, we're heading out. We have a plan, agency in the plot. This totally badass character isn't just being led by the nose like a common theoretical physicist. Hi, Gordon.
Here we are. You ready to go down? I didn't mean that to sound...
Oh my god, please.
Never mind.
So how much of a discount do I get later?
Shouldn't you be out saving the world? Or do they save that job for someone who showers?
I like her.
Whoa, wait! That's damn epic! Kinda makes me want to say the word dick over and over again, for no reason. Dick, 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 dick. Friendly fire isn't!
So you do a battle and teleport to the moon, grab a moon rover, drive around till it runs out of power, which it only does once instead of the 50 times Duke's fucking monster truck ran out of gas. You get out, you notice all these Duke clones? You're telling me that Proton was successful enough with his Duke clones to get them here, all the way to the friggin' moon? And he's the one who went out like a bitch halfway through? That ain't fair, man. Not having a spacesuit sucks, I'll tell you that. You have to trek over to this broken moon rover, get a power cell, take some jump pads back. It's not great, but it's fine, I guess. It's less shitty than the underwater section from before. Once you've done that, you get to the Empress, who is almost a functional boss, and way better than having to fight the Cycloid Emperor again. You drive the rover into her legs, a couple of aliens spawn, you kill them, you don't even have to drive around to get attacked by the Empress. You repeat that until it lets you drive the rover into her, where you shoot a bunch of aliens and also her insides. You do that twice, and then... Oh, hold on. I know how this goes.
Some drive-by dental surgery.
Okay. I can't tell if it's bugged or if this is just how this is supposed to work.
Time for some drive-by dental surgery. Let's test your gag reflex.
Did he still die?
The game ends with Duke, get this, saving a bunch of women. This is probably what leads to Duke running for president. And you know what? fuck this DLC, because it gave me hope. Hope that they could make a decent Duke game again, while under the thumb of Take-Two, who'll never, ever put money into this franchise ever again. This DLC came out a little over 6 months after DNF, but the damage was already done. And I know there's plenty of people who would rather not see any more Duke Nukem games. I understand. You don't want it to be like last time, but it doesn't have to be. Just 3 years ago, they came out with a Doom game that was about a voiceless space marine or ancient hellwalker or whatever that ran on anger and did nothing besides violently murder demons with his bare hands. People know how to make this game. There are people right now who could make a good Duke Nukem game. Maybe they're too busy stashing 11 billion guns in 11 billion crates. Maybe they're small independents who could make something that doesn't have bleeding edge visuals, but has heart and soul. You know how people say something's always alive as long as you keep it in your hearts? That might work for Grandma, but not the King. We could have Duke Nukem again. It's not unthinkable, it's not impossible. It only requires the will and the balls.
Okay. What a weird game.
It's time, Civvie. It's time to save the world. I have to send it back.
What?
I sent it back in time to warn us, but it didn't work. I killed him.
Yeah, well, you sent a scary-looking robot back in time. What did you think was gonna happen?
Shit.
Yeah.
Go now, son. I know what I have to do.
Cool. Guess I'll be doing, Pro Quake 2 next? I've never even played Quake 2 on the hardest skill. I don't really care for it. It's kind of bland. Oh, okay. You're not... Oh. Well, it's about fucking time. Come on, you wannabe Eldritch bitches. Step right up to the gunshot.
Crunch.
Oh god, what is this?
That's weird. Hey, past me. We need to have a talk. Yes.
Yes.
And welcome to Pandora!
Hey, you must be the new recruit. I am a CL4PTP steward bot, but you can just call me General Claptrap of the Crimson.
Nah, I'm out.
Oh my god. What a wild video. I think the video itself was good. I think it was constructed in a very good way. I think considering the source material that it has to cover, I mean, I think it was a great video. Is it something I normally would have watched? Probably not. I don't know. Duke Nukem itself just doesn't really sell it to me. As evident by me effectively like becoming apathetic at, just a third of the way into the video. There were design decisions. There were definitely design decisions of all time that went into this. Yeah, I got nothing else if I'm being completely honest. So I thought the video was fine. I think the source material is just not something that's really in my wheelhouse if I'm being completely honest. This was a Patreon request though, and I wanted to make sure I honored it. I also am going to clarify as well. Nothing over 40 minutes at this point, please. Like, that is a lot to sit through, and that hurt my brain, if that makes sense. But come to your own educated conclusions on if you liked it or not. And if you liked it, if you think it's a good game, yeah, don't let someone like me tell you otherwise. Personally, yeah, I'll give the Duke Nukem franchise wide berth. If I'm being honest, just doesn't really sell it for me. But I can also appreciate what it did for gaming, why a lot of people like it. Thank you everyone for watching. Really do appreciate it. I will see you in the next one.